Greetings, everyone. I hope everyone's having an awesome week. I cannot believe that it's already December 7th or December 6th, actually. And I'm kind of distracted because I don't have all I usually have one of the ring lights in front of me, but I don't have it turned on right now because I've been having some eye problems. I'm actually getting surgery tomorrow. But I wanted to pop on here today, this evening, as a matter of fact, to just talk about how, our challenges and specifically unexpected challenges can actually help us and actually make us stronger. Last week, I went to the eye doctor because I knew something wasn't right, but I wasn't getting like I I didn't have the classic symptoms of a detached retina, at least, that I knew of, because I know that they had been, watching a couple areas, with my eyes. I went to another retina specialist, but he was thinking that he was looking at a different diagnosis and certainly didn't know that my retina was detached or that it was probably wasn't detached when I saw him. But anyways, uh last like Wednesday, Thursday, especially, I was like, something isn't right, but I wasn't getting those hallmark signs. They say that like if you have a torn or detached retina, you usually get flashes of light and like maybe a blind coming down. Some people refer to it as a Venetian blind. Some people refer to it as a blind. But in my case, it was more of like uh, in my case, it was more of a like a smudge. So that just goes to show you that everyone has different ways of explaining it, and everyone may have different symptoms that present. But in my case, when I called the eye doctor, I wasn't necessarily thinking that I had a detached retina or actually even a torn retina. I just knew, you know, something wasn't right. So I'm so grateful that they were able to get me in, and then they sent me over to a different retina specialist the same day, which was great. That he was able to properly diagnose my right eye, which needs the retina attached again. Kind of makes me sick to my stomach. But that's going to happen, right? We all have health challenges. There is no perfect health, I would say. I mean, I think we all strive to have good health. We certainly want good health, and perhaps we think we're doing things that are good and maintaining our health, but then something like this happens, and we can either choose to, I want to say, accept it, because I felt like I was resisting it at first, and that was making it a lot more uncomfortable. So when I realized that I was doing that, and then, just having some time to think, it made it clear to me that I need to accept and embrace it. Obviously, was a whole bunch of things, just for pre-op. I haven't done anything like that for years. So, that was in itself, that was just a little bit like, oh, I have to make sure I get that all done. And if you're if you're in sales, or if you own your own business, you know what it means to juggle things, right? Juggling multiple responsibilities, trying to somehow I don't wanna say balance because that's really not an accurate term in my mind, but, to be able to make sure that we have, the family time and the work time and we have our own time to think. That's a big, big, big lesson that I learned from one of my great mentors, TTT, and I really focused on building in TTT every day. It helps me with clarity and it also helps to promote creativity because, working with clients, I strive to bring my best strategies and my best tactics to help them create and foster the most important outcomes. So, I do need TTT on a regular basis because then I'm able to think through some of the scenarios and really bring my best ideas for them, which is super important. Otherwise, we're kind of like in a whirlwind or we can feel like we're spinning and not making traction, and no one wants that because, we work way too hard to just be like, "Oh, yeah, I'll just," we're not doing it just for the heck of it. We're doing it to foster those wonderful outcomes for our clients, to hit those KPIs, to meet and exceed quota so that you can get paid, save for your retirement, plan that really special family vacation. So, I'm just here to ask you, which challenges can really help you get stronger. Maybe it's not a life challenge right now or a health challenge, maybe it's a business challenge. But the mastermind that I host on a weekly basis, the challenge that I gave for them this week was find one thing that you need to start doing. Like that one thing, not 10, but that one thing. If you check in with yourself, schedule some TTT. And if you schedule some TTT, 15 minutes, that's all it has to be, then you will be able to determine what that one thing is. Now, again, we're not talking about a long list. I'm just challenging you to come up with one thing and commit to start doing it this week. Commit to start doing whatever that one thing is no later than Friday this week. And then DM me. Let me know how it's going. Because I really believe you'll be happy if you do. If you commit and then you take action on that, you actually carry through, you're going to feel awesome and you're going to build up your momentum. That momentum is the key to get to where you want to be. Because as we build up the momentum, we build up the confidence, right? And then more good things are going to start happening. So schedule some TTT and allow yourself, just by asking yourself, checking in with yourself, what's that one thing that if you start doing, you will produce more revenue? You will become more effective. Maybe that one thing is starting a workout regimen, or maybe that one thing is looking at and selecting a nutritional program that you can depend on a daily basis that's going to help you get to your outcomes faster. So let me know, what's your one thing? Just one thing. And super important that you start it, like I said, before Friday, because we're already in December. So if you get a head start this month, you're going to be sailing so quickly in January. And you're going to be happy that you made that change. It can be a small change. You're going to be happy that you made that change. You committed to that change. because it's only going to compound from there. So you will be able to see and feel the compounding effect of your efforts, of your diligence to not give up. Because remember, you can and you will do this. If you have personal challenges, whether they be life or business, maybe it's someone close to you having challenges, see what you can do to accept that challenge and see what you can do to learn from it. And I realize that it may take us a while before things are super clear in our heads on why we were even faced with this challenge. But what I know for sure is that if we decide to accept versus reject whatever is going on, maybe we get some not so pleasant news. We must accept versus reject. And our challenges will make us stronger. Our challenges will make us more resilient. But what I don't want for you is your challenges to make you bitter. Because if you are bitter, you're not happy, and others around you won't be happy, because it is like a ripple effect. So I want you to focus on, when you have your challenges, focus on what you can learn, and don't pressure yourself to that, because it might take a while before you figure out what you can learn. But just ask yourself, check in with yourself. And most importantly, just be. Just accept. And I know it's not easy, but don't resist it. Because that was one of the big learning lessons with me, because I just felt, well, I don't want that. I can't even think about that. Like, those were some of the things that were going ahead. A little bit overwhelmed, maybe a lot at some point. But I leaned on my family and my friends. I cannot say enough how thankful I am. It just means so much to me. Now, had I kept this to myself, I think it would have been not the right thing for me to do, because it really meant a lot that people were willing to pray for me and think positive thoughts. I believe in the power of prayer, and I believe in you. So if you're faced with challenges, like I said, no matter what kind of challenge they are, do your best to try to accept. You may not have everything all figured out as far as why this happened to you. Sometimes that takes time, lots of time. But do just take time to be. And make sure that you have time to think TTT every day. That will only get you more creative. 15 minutes of TTT will bring clarity, not just to yourself, but to all of those around you, as well as your clients. Because if you serve clients like I do on a fractional basis for their sales and marketing, I need to be on top of my game for them. I can't be lagging. So I'm curious to know what that one thing is that you're willing to commit to, and do it before Friday. Let me know what it is, and I'll look forward to talking to you soon. Take care, everyone.